Do not let your hearts be troubled. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Hear those words today. Hear those words spoken a long time ago in an upper room. Part of that long conversation Jesus was having on that fateful night that we have come to know so well. In fact, hear those words spoken to those men and women who were followers of Jesus. Hear those words and know that you're in the room, that you're there. We're there. We're there in that room hearing Jesus share all sorts of words of wisdom. And in the middle of it all, there's these words that we call the 14th chapter of the Gospel of John. And it starts out strong. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. I can't do full justice to this sort of core passage in our scripture today. It's full of words of power, words that are so embedded in our faith that they are spoken at pivotal moments, including funerals frequently. In the face of our mortality, we hear Jesus speaking these words on the night, on his last night with his friends. And apart from the wisdom, there is a tone in this passage. And it's the tone that I yearn to share with you this day. At least the tone I hear. And tone is so subjective, isn't it? I mean, it's part of our reality right now is hearing tone. In emails, in phone conversations, in Zoom connections, in all the ways in which we are connecting and stumbling around a little bit with these new modes of communication, or at least to be doing this, to making decisions and plans and and socializing, all the things that we're doing. We know how important tone is. So hear Jesus' tone. Hear, and what I hear is confidence. Hear, so I invite you to hear Jesus' confidence in this moment. And this is not an easy moment. This is a moment of isolation, of risk, of anxiety. Imagine what's going on in that room that night. Judas is there. Things are falling apart. Things are not right. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Goes on. We know this passage well, right? Peace I leave with you. Peace I leave with you. In my Father's house, there are many dwelling places. Confidence. Confidence in the face of risk, danger, certainly in the face of mortality. I need to hear that confidence. Because these are days during which my confidence is faltering. How about yours? How are you doing around confidence? Confidence in faith, self-confidence, confidence in the economy, confidence in leadership. As I feel myself faltering in this time, I'm glad to be brought back to this reading. I'm glad to be brought back to this place, these words. I share them with you because in so many ways, I need to hear them myself. I need to hear them because what I'm hearing is so overwhelming. Whether I hear my colleague and part of this wonderful collection, the EastEnders, as we call them, as we at MacKay, anyways, call this group of churches and communities of faith that have gathered to create this particular worship event and events. As I was saying, Mike Perot is one of those members, one of the clergy in our collection, and as Mike reflects, having done a number of funerals in this period, reflects eloquently on the challenge in this moment of bringing confidence, the confidence and authority even of our faith to the moment of our mortality being honored or celebrated. The recognition that happens at a funeral that's so strange right now, that's so limited, that's so broken apart by distance. I've been watching my wife go in for treatment for the past month, cancer treatment at the cancer clinic or building at the General Hospital. And watching her walk away, I'm safely sitting in my car where I'm not allowed to go in and accompany her as I would normally. Instead, she's walking in, and I'll tell you, my confidence falters. And I know that as she walks in those doors, there's health workers on the other side of that door that may have their own confidence faltering as they do this hard work. But whatever they're going through, they're bringing confidence to the care for her and all the other tasks that are being placed before them in these very, very difficult days. So as we falter, we're in good company. In fact, we're a bunch of friends, associates, brothers and sisters, men and women, young and old, and we're all in this upper room. Or more significantly, perhaps, we're in a whole bunch of different upper rooms. And from all those dwelling places, we somehow find our way back to the loving parent, God. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. I imagine so many places where we are dwelling and we are sharing our stories of faith from our dwelling places. And it's a drag in so many ways. And yet, what is being affirmed in these days is that your place is a place where Jesus has come to inspire confidence. And it's happening in your place, in your home, in your apartment, in your house. This is my first time doing a sermon in this series, and I was really tempted. I was all set to go out on the street and do my vision of what I might be able to do, given we're not limited by pulpits and buildings. I thought, maybe, man, this is my moment. I could be like a Rick Mercer for the United Church in this moment, and I could do a rant, and I could hold my phone or my iPad and walk down the street and do a stirring honoring of this passage. And as time came around, I realized I didn't have it in me. I couldn't do it. In fact, I came here And some of you have seen this place a fair bit. This is the place from which I've been doing a lot of the online stuff over these past weeks. Worship and music and meetings. And it's been here. It's been in this little back room of our house. And while I would much rather be at MacKay or at Carleton Memorial or St. Andrews, at any one of our churches, we need to lean into, as we falter, we need to lean into where we are and know that Jesus' confidence will sustain us, and Jesus' invitation for us to know that we are still part of that household of faith, regardless of how isolated or how complicated the moment is or how isolated the geography is. It's not the whole story. As I wander through our neighborhood, I just live off of Beechwood, about six or eight blocks from the congregation at MacKay. As I see people at a distance and we wave or we speak briefly from a distance apart, as I walk by New Edinburgh Square and other retirement homes, as I walk by and know folks in there and know we can't cross over physically, that this is, and know that I feel like I'm faltering in my connection with folks. But I'm invited to know that as a follower of Christ, there's another connection that I simply serve. So I will live this complicated moment, and I will yearn for crossing that divide, and I will not cross it. I will honor it, and I will feel broken apart by what that feels like. But that's fine. That's okay. It's what we need to do. And in this moment, it may be the place where we deepen our sense of what it means to follow Jesus. Jesus' confidence, Jesus' tone is what I need to hear. It's actually what I'm hearing today. I'm hearing that tone. I'm hearing it in the work of our collection of churches. I'm hearing it in expressions of faith from our denomination, from our moderator. I'm hearing it from civic leaders as well. What a blessing. What a blessing to hear confidence in our world. What a blessing when I'm not necessarily the one able to speak with that confidence, to know that you are somebody in our circle of faith, this big circle that we've established in this pandemic, this big circle that we're part of this morning. Somebody's got it together right now. Somebody's bringing confidence to the table. Somebody's living out Jesus' tone right now. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Or, and this isn't a new term, but it's a term that we've been using fairly frequently over these past weeks. There's that phrase, be blessed, be a blessing. But when I hear those words this morning, I wanted to lift them up and invite you to get them in your ears. Be blessed, be a blessing. Be blessed, be a blessing. But then, hear Jesus' tone. Hear Jesus' confidence. Hear Jesus saying it in a way that maybe I can't today. Maybe you can't either. But maybe you, I'm talking to all the different yous, if I could look around the congregation today, maybe you or you or you can, in fact, speak with that confidence. I need you to say it. I need you to say it to me. And I need to risk saying it to you. Be blessed. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Be a blessing. Be blessed. Be a blessing. Amen.